Yeah, you know the vibes, you know the vibes, you know the vibes, you know the vibes. Alright, guys. You know the vibes. This is Livestream Daily Type Blob, and this is your boy Coda. And you get me. This is day 50. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Guys, this is day 50, and man, it's a good milestone, and I'm happy, I'm really grateful for you guys, coming through on the steady, coming for my live stream daily and stuff. I appreciate it. So today is Mondays, and Mondays are about questions and answering, the vibes. And today we have a very important question. Okay. Today we have a very nice. We have two questions actually. Okay, the first question is, how do I know if I'm ready for a serious commitment? And the second question, I think this one it could be personal. Personal, like I get pissed sometimes, extra. That's extra pissed, and I'm having a misunderstanding with my partner. How can I handle disagreements better in my relationship? All right. Today will be quite short. Open today is in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right. Without further ado, ask you the first question: is how to know if you're ready for a serious commitment? Or like the question said, how do I know if I'm ready for a serious commitment? I know a lot of persons are kind of scared, to be committed to one person, or scared, to be seriously involved, knowing that with their commitment or commitment related, they don't have any business with other folks, or they don't have any business with other guys, they don't have any business with other girls. It's just you are one person, you are one person. So, how do I know if I'm ready for a serious commitment? Knowing if you are ready for a serious commitment in a relationship involves introspection. You know, it involves understanding your own needs and desires and being aware of your emotional readiness. Now, you're meant to check yourself, you're meant to understand what you actually need, You're meant to check out your personal needs and know, okay, if you're really serious about getting personal and getting really involved and serious with another person. And also you're meant to check your emotional readiness. You're meant to check if you are disciplined enough to be one to focus and committed to just one person, because believe me, if you're not disciplined, it may be very difficult to just committing yourself to one person or sticking with one person, especially if previously you were kind of extravagant when it comes to like situationships and being with the opposite sex. Yeah, being committed, it's like a devotion, it's like a discipline. You have to discipline yourself. You have to understand your needs, your own needs and desires, before committing to another's. And you have to be aware of your emotional readiness to know if you are ready, to keep on, or rather to start the journey of being committed to one person. But it's not a difficult thing, so don't mind all these things I'm saying. But you have to be devoted and disciplined, because these are like the basis. You have to be able to control yourself, because self-control is like the basis of being committed with one person, the basis of neglecting other forms of temptations or other parties or other guys or other girls, and just focusing on one person. So it takes a lot of discipline and devotion. But if you are ready for that, then you can go ahead. So some things that come, key factors that you can consider to ensure you're ready, to be committed to one person, or if you are ready to involve or indulge in a serious commitment. The first aspect is self-awareness and personal growth. Like I said, you have to understand your own needs and desires before you can commit to another's. So the first aspect is self-awareness and personal growth. And under self-awareness and personal growth, number one, we have understanding yourself. Do you know what you want in life and in a partner? These are questions you have to ask yourself, and these are questions you have to be willing to answer. Understand? So, do you know what you want in life, and do you know what you want in a partner? Like I always say, relationship is like you going to the market to buy something, or you going to the market to get something. You already have, like, either if it's food market, you have a list of things you want to get. Yeah, if it's a mall, or you're shopping for family, you have a list of things you want to buy. So that's how a relationship is. You have to know what you want in life and what you want in a partner. These are things you have to consider. What's up, ganja man? Don't mind my my banana. I just love the design and stuff. I love your tongue. Thank you. I want to kiss. Be calming down. No, we can't be calming down. But thank you. I appreciate. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to you guys. Yeah. So self awareness and personal growth is the first aspect or first criteria to consider to know if you're ready for a serious commitment. And under self awareness and personal growth, I said understanding yourself. So you have to know what you want in life and what you want in a partner. It's like going to market, you have a list of things you want to get in the market. So nobody can confuse you because you have a list. So you have to know what you want in life. I have to know what you want in a partner. That's like a list. So whoever you meet that checks your boxes, and okay, you feel okay, yeah, this person checks my boxes, and this person, is my person, then you can go ahead and you can decide, to be devoted and committed to this person. Be clear about your own values, goals, and aspirations are very much crucial to staying committed or being serious with somebody. Can you say your name, please? It's okay. Can you say my name, please? It's Isa. Is it Isa or Isa? Okay, whichever. Welcome, bless up. Isa, shout out to you. You're welcome. Thank you, for coming to my live stream today. I appreciate you. Bless up. So Isa, bless up. Uh, okay, Black Pizza. Bless up, Black Pizza. You're welcome. Bless up. You're welcome. Thank you for coming to my live stream. You're welcome. So yeah, being clear about your own values, goals, and aspirations are very much crucial when considering being serious or committed to someone or a person. So ask yourself if you are comfortable being alone and if you have a strong sense of identity outside the relationship. You understand? So you have to ask yourself questions. Like I said, what do you want in life and what do you want out of your partner or what do you want in a partner? These are questions you have to ask yourself before getting serious or getting committed to a person. You have to have a strong sense of self identity. You have to know yourself and understand yourself outside the relationship before understanding this person. And you have to be comfortable being alone because if you aren't comfortable being alone, probably when your partner is not around, you may want to get involved with someone else or you want to just feel, that vibes of being with someone. So you have to get comfortable being alone before you can be committed to somebody. So marry me, I need a green card. Oh God, oh God. Isaac, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Bless up. Or you're welcome, girl. Bless up. Whichever. But your name is pretty cool. Isa. It's cool. So yeah, that's understanding yourself. Under understand yourself, another under self-awareness, another aspect is emotional maturity. You know, but it's hard to change yourself when you're feeling down. What makes you feel down, bro? What's the reason why you're feeling down? Before I can answer your question, I should understand. Today is question and answer session, so you can as well drop your questions. You said it's hard to change yourself when you're feeling down, right? You have to look for the root cause. So, what is the root cause of you feeling down, or the root cause of you feeling, either dejected or like your vibes are low? What's the root cause? Why do you normally feel down, and why do you feel you're down? So what problems exactly you get? All right, I think I'm back. I was having a little bit of network, so active. You said life problems. Life problems are associated with everybody. Everybody go through stuff. Everybody go through ups and downs. But I feel like yes, your problem shouldn't be a limitations to what you want to get out of life or what you really want to achieve in life. So you should focus less on your problems and focus on what you want to get, on what you want to get out of. Your problem shouldn't limit you, and your problem shouldn't, design your life or give you a direction of. I don't know if you guys are hearing me right now. I don't know. This stuff keeps showing me reconnecting. But if you guys are hearing me, I'll just go ahead. If you're hearing me, please let me know. Just like give me a thumbs up on the comment section so I know you're with me. So don't that I said life problems, and I was saying life problems is associated with everybody. Everybody go through stuff. Everybody go through ups and downs. Well, your life problems or not your life problems. You shouldn't associate. You shouldn't associate. Okay, you hear me. Okay, bless up. You shouldn't associate problems to your life. You shouldn't attach problems to your life, and you should see problems as challenges more often. When you see them as challenges, it will be easier to navigate better and to be easier to overcome them. So everybody go through stuff, everybody go through challenges, and overcoming these challenges are what makes life better. Understanding these challenges are what makes life more meaningful. So, like I said, don't allow your problems. Okay, if I'm active, I'm sorry, I apologize for the network fluctuations. Network has been shitting, has been terrible. There's a protest going on. There's a protest going on in my country. The citizens are not really happy with what's happening in the country, and what our government is doing. So there's a protest. There's an agitation. So I guess that's why we have been having network problems and network issues for a while, so that people won't be able to like air their views online and stuff. So that is probably the reason why my network is fluctuating. And I'm sorry, guys. I really do apologize. So I was talking about something done that I was like, your problem shouldn't define you. You understand? Instead, you should look at those things that you want to get out of life. You look at those things you really want to achieve. You should look at those things that give you joy, those things that make you happy. Spend more time with those things, spend more time engaged in those things, and gratitude also helps. Look at the good things around you, because no matter the challenges you are going through, no matter the problems, there are things to be grateful for. There are people in your life that you are grateful for. So when you focus on the good things of life, when you focus on the things that makes you happy, you'll be able to overcome these challenges. And being in a relationship, like I said, you should be ready. You should understand your own needs and desires before committing to another's. You should be aware of your emotional readiness. So you shouldn't be in a hurry, you shouldn't be in a rush. Focus on yourself, and work out of that situation or work out of that challenge, before committing to another. So your partner wouldn't feel like you are a liability, or the person wouldn't feel like you being a burden. You understand? So slowly and gradually, don't rush yourself, and don't be too hard on yourself. Everything takes time, and believe me, you overcome all those things. But focus on things that brings meaning to your life. Focus on those things that makes you happy. Challenges are bound to happen. That what makes life more meaningful. So whenever they happen, counter them with grace, and believe you me, you overcome, and you come out brighter. So yeah, thanks a lot for the words. Thanks, bro. Bless up. I'm happy I was able to help. Where am I from? I'm from Nigeria. Nigeria is in Africa, precisely West Africa. So yeah, moving on, because I wanted to be very fast today. After understanding yourself, if you're just joining us, we're talking about question. Today's question and answer mornings, and the first question is, how do I know if I'm ready for a serious relationship? And I said the first criteria is self-awareness and personal growth. And under self-awareness, I talked about understanding yourself. You have to know what you want in life and what you want in a partner. You have to be comfortable being alone before you are committed to another. So another aspect is emotional maturity, still under self-awareness and personal growth. Are you able to handle your emotions constructively? There's some people that they can't handle their emotions, and they end up, pouring out their emotions on another, or reacting negatively, or reacting in a way that isn't, healthy. And the other person or their partner may be like, why are you doing all this? So are you able to handle your emotions constructively? This includes managing stress, managing jealousy, and managing anger. Jealousy is healthy, you understand? Don't get it wrong. It's healthy when there are sparks, of things that makes you jealous, and be like, you want to have your partner, you don't want to share your partner. It's healthy, but when it goes beyond that and increases to obsession, that's when it has gone the wrong way, or it has gone the wrong route. So, are you able to manage stress? Are you able to manage jealousy? And are you able to manage anger? These are things you have to consider before being ready, or before answering yourself that you are ready to be committed or to be in a serious commitment. Emotional maturity also involves being able to empathize with your partner and understanding their needs and feelings. So emotional intelligence is very much essential in this aspect. You have to be able to empathize with your partner. You have to be able to understand what your partner feels, and you have to be able to relate with them and make them feel safe. Listen to them. Some persons will be like, I know it may feel like I'm ranting. Even if they are ranting, listen to them and understand them, and don't just reply. Don't just hear to respond. Listen to understand and profile your opinion. or provide advice or counsel, whichever you can. Understand their needs and feelings, understand their perspective, understand where they are coming from. That's emotional maturity. So that's why the first one I said, you have to know, or you have to be aware of your emotional readiness. Are you aware to be involved in someone else's emotional crisis or emotional trauma or emotional mess? These are questions you're meant to ask yourself. And are you able to be mature? Are you able to be committed? Are you able to listen? So if you can answer all these questions, then you're on the first stage of being ready to be in a serious commitment. So yeah, I said emotional maturity involves being able to empathize with your partner and understanding their needs and feelings. That's for self-awareness and personal growth, which is the first criteria to know if you are ready for a serious commitment. Second criteria is relationship skills. There are skills you must have to know if you are ready for a serious commitment. There are skills you must possess. There are skills you must portray. There are skills you must have as an individual to know if you're ready for a serious commitment. Number one is communication. Very, very essential. Very much essential. Communication is the basis of every relationship. Communication is the foundation for a successful relationship. So communication is a relationship skill you must have to know if you're ready for a commitment or a serious commitment. Now, under communication, good communication is the foundation of a healthy relationship. Are you able to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and honestly? These are the two structural bases you're going to answer. Are you able to express your thoughts? Are you able to express your feelings and needs openly and honestly without hiding an iota, without hiding anything, without leaving anything out of it, without minusing and adding, subtracting and stuff, without mixing to make it sound so good? Express yourself verbatim, openly and honestly. Can you do that? Because that is the basis of a healthy relationship, good communication, because that's where your partner will be able to understand you and profile, either that perspective or relate with you or show empathy. Can you listen to your partner as well without judgment and walk through conflicts together? These are things you're meant to answer yourself. That's about communication. So it's not about expressing your thought. One thing is about expressing. The first one is expression, then the second one is listening, because after expressing, you have to hear the person's view. So if you are ready to express your thoughts, or if you are able to express your thoughts and being able to as well listen to your partner's view without judgment or without judging, and walk through conflicts together, then on the communication basis, you are ready for a serious commitment, because communication is very much essential. I can't take it out of a relationship or a serious commitment. Seventh way, I like this your name. Do you believe in God? Obviously, fam. I'm nothing without God, I can't do anything without God. He's the reason why I'm living. He's the reason why I'm doing whatever I'm doing. He's the reason why I'm doing my career. He's the reason why I'm dancing. He's the reason for my existence. He's the reason for everything. He created me. He created this world. So I can't do anything without him. I can't have a meaningful life without him. I can't have a purposeful life without him. So very much I do believe in God. So yeah, under relationship skills, the other aspect is trust and honesty. Trust and openness and honesty is under communication. Like I said, being able to express yourself openly and honestly, being able to express your thoughts and your feelings openly and honestly. After communication, trust and honesty is another aspect of relationship skills you must possess. Now, trust is built over time through consistent actions and honesty. Trust, like some persons will be like, I'm loyal, I'm trustworthy. Nah, trust is built over time. There has to be. Let me use temptations. There has to be tests for you to pass. For your partner to believe, okay, yeah, I can trust in you. There has to be tests. There has to be signs and show of integrity for your partner to believe, yeah, I can trust in you, and you are pretty much honest. So it's built over time through consistent actions and honesty. Do you trust your partner, and do they trust you? So it's mutual, you understand? It's a mutual basis. The trust doesn't just come from one party. If it comes from one party, the relationship wouldn't be so successful or so successful. It has to come from both parties, you understand? So do you trust your partner, and do they trust you? Are you both transparent about your intentions, feelings, and actions? These are questions you ask yourself. So if you both are transparent, if you both are willing to make relationship work, and if you both are willing to be honest and open without hiding anything from each other, that's trust and honesty. That's another base for you to know or realize if you are ready for a serious commitment. Now, I've talked about self-awareness and personal growth as the first criteria. The second criteria, which is relationship skills you must have, and I said communication, trust, and honesty. Now, the next criteria is practical considerations. Whatever you're doing, you're meant to consider them practically. You're meant to consider them, in ways that are practically applicable. You understand what I mean? You say, what? The last, you have to, you just distracting me. I'm sorry. You have to understand, if you have to consider all these, listed down, things to know if you are ready for a serious commitment. So that I said practical considerations. Number one is life stability. These are things that can't be left out. These are things that you can't put out of life and put out of personal growth. You understand? So number one is life stability. Are you at a stable point in your life? And stability is not just, it's all spheres of influence, all spheres of your life. Are you at a stable point in your life in terms of career, finances, and personal development? While life is never without challenges, being in a stable place can make it easier to commit to someone else. You have to be stable financially, you have to be stable psychologically, you have to be stable mentally, you have to be stable in your career, you have to be stable in your finances, you have to be stable personal development wise, because before you can commit to somebody, you have to be able to take care of yourself and another person, if you understand what I mean. That's about life stability. Why the dark glasses? Okay, the light is too bright, so I wouldn't want to hurt my eyes, you understand? So, because if my eyes are open for long, this light is too bright, so it might affect my eyes. So, if you don't mind, thank you. That's why I put on my glasses. So, yeah, that's about life stability. Number two is time and effort under practical considerations. Relationships require time, effort, and compromise. So, are you willing to invest the necessary time and energy to nurture the relationship? These are questions you have to answer. Are you ready to invest your time? Are you ready to invest the necessary time and energy, because it involves mutual efforts? It involves both parties, coming together to make the relationship a successful one, or make the relationship work. So, are you willing to invest? Excuse me. Are you willing to invest the necessary time and energy to nurture the relationship? If yes, then you're on the right path. Are you ready to make sacrifices and compromises for the sake of your partner and the relationship? If yes, then you're on the right path. Now, let me explain this sacrifices and compromises. In relationship, you have to realize that it's your partner first before you. You have to be selfless in a relationship. You have to understand that your partner's needs and desires comes first before yours. In as much as you prioritize self-reflection, in as much as you prioritize personal development, but you have to understand that in a relationship, for a relationship to be successful, there has to be sacrifices and there has to be compromises for the sake of your partner and for the sake of the relationship. That's about time and effort. I think we have a Brazilian in the building. Welcome, Alvarez. You're welcome. Bless up. Hope you're doing good. So, yeah, that's about time and effort. Under practical considerations, life stability and time and effort. These are two things you're meant to know or note or put into consideration to know if you're ready to be committed to another. So that's about practical consideration. And that criteria is shared vision. Just like a partnership, just like an organization, just like a company, you walk into a company and you can see their mission, you can see their vision, and you can read out their vision statement or their mission statement. That's how a partnership, a commitment, or relationship is meant to feel like also. There has to be a shared vision. What do I mean by shared vision? Under shared vision, common goals. Do you and your partner have similar life goals and values? These are questions you're meant to ask yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, individuals have different goals and aspirations. So, why differences can be why differences can be enriching, having a shared vision for the future can provide a strong foundation for a committed relationship. So, excuse me. While you both may have your various or different, aspirations, while you both may have your different career lines or career path, while you both may have personal stuff or personal stuff you guys want to achieve differently or individually, you guys will definitely need to have a shared value, a shared vision, a shared goal for the future, because that's what to enable a strong foundation for a committed relationship. You can't go into partnership with a business person if both of you don't have a shared vision for the company. If you both don't have shared success aspiration for the company. So you can't be in a partnership with someone that doesn't want the company to be as big as you want the company to be. Probably you want the company to be located in like three continents, and the person you want to be in the partnership with just is okay with the company just being in the country you guys are situated or located. You can't be in the partnership with that person. You can't be in a business relationship with that person. So that's just how a relationship is. You have to have a shared vision. There has to be something similar about the vision you guys will not create together. You guys will definitely need to have a sight about the future, or the view about the future you want to create together. That's a basis for a strong foundation for a committed relationship. So that's what you have to consider on that shared vision. And that thing you have to consider on that shared vision is future planning. Now, have you discussed long-term plans with your partner? Because relationship or committed or serious relationship involves longevity. You understand? So these are things you have to discuss with your partner. Long-term plans that include thoughts on marriage, children, career aspirations, where you want to live, how you want to build your home, the kind of values you want to instill in your children, the kind of relationship you want to have with your kids, the kind of relationship you want your family to have, family values, these are things you have to discuss with your partner. That's future planning. Being on the same page about major life decisions is essential for a serious commitment. So for you to realize if you're ready for a serious commitment, there has to be future planning. You would have planned, your future with your partner or your intending partner. Both of you would have come to a realization or a balance or a particular page on how you want your future to be, your marriage, your children, and your career aspirations. That's another aspect to know if you're ready for a serious commitment. Give 40 years and still how to run. Hi Gloria, you're welcome. I don't really seem to like understand give 40 years and still how to run. Probably if you can break it down, I understand better. So yeah, that's it about future planning. That's it about shared vision, which is the other criteria. And that criteria is emotional readiness. The emotional aspect is a huge load. So are you ready to carry someone else's emotional baggage? Are you ready to throw your emotional baggage on someone else? Are you ready to be comfortable to listen to someone else cries and rants, and whatever the person has to say, are you ready to listen? These are things you have to put into consideration. So under emotional readiness, we have past baggage. Have you dealt with your past relationship? Have you dealt with your past issues? Have you dealt with your past emotional baggage? Because believe me, you wouldn't want to have your past interfering with your current or your present relationship. You don't have your past being a reason why your relationship isn't successful or why your relationship isn't thriving. So those are things you have to nail to the cross. Those are things you have to put an end to. So have you dealt with your past relationship? Have you dealt with your past issues and emotional baggage? Because entering a serious commitment requires you to be emotionally available and not weighed down by unresolved issues from previous relationships. You understand? You have to be available full time for your partner. You have to be available full time for your current relationship, because you wouldn't want things that happened in the past interfering. You wouldn't want to be lost in time or losing yourself, and your partner asks you or goes like, what's happening? What's the issue? And you're like, it's your past, you can't seem to get. So you have to be over, you have to put an end to past baggages to be able to be committed. Don't allow unresolved issues weigh you down from previous relationships, thereby affecting your present relationship. So these are things you have to put an end to before considering being serious with another or being in a serious commitment. Another emotional readiness, again, we have support system. So do you have a support system outside of a relationship? Because maintaining friendships and family connections is very much important for a balanced life and can provide additional emotional support. So, do you have a support system? Does your partner have a support system? Do you have good friends? Do you have good circle? Do you have good, relationship with your family? Because these connections are very much important for a balanced life and can provide additional emotional support. Because there may be times that you and your partner may be going through one or two things that both of you may not be able to, like, sort it out by yourself. This is when you involve, good friends and families, to be able to, like, bring you guys back to the same page or a balance. So support system is another thing you have to consider before going into a serious relationship or a serious commitment. Last but not the least, intuition and feelings. Like I said, I just want to hasten up today because intuition and feelings is another aspect for you to consider to know if you're ready for a serious commitment. Number one is gut feeling. Sometimes your intuition can tell you if you are ready for a serious commitment. You get, and what I mean by intuition is peace. Wherever compromises your peace isn't worth it. So if you're in a serious relationship or you decide you want to get serious with somebody and you find peace in your inner mind, you find peace in your inner self, you find peace in your inner man, then that's a go ahead. But if you see yourself, having different thoughts, or you see yourself having different, contrary, contradicting, feelings to that decision you want to make, you have to take it slow, and you have to, cross your dots. I mean, mark your dots and cross your T's. How did they say that? You understand? So sometimes your intuition can tell if you are ready for a serious commitment. Do you feel excited and positive about the future with your partner? So, do you feel excited about going into something long term with this person? Does the thought of a long term commitment bring you peace and happiness? These are questions you're meant to ask yourself. If it brings you peace and happiness, and the thought of having a future with this person, gives you peace and makes you excited, then that's a good sign. But if the thought of moving in with this person, going long term with this person jeopardizes your peace or compromises your peace, believe me, it isn't worth it, or probably that's not the right time. You have to, really understand this person and understand why you want to get serious with this person. I gave the relationship 40 years and ended up with mental health problems. So damn, I'm really sorry about that. That's why I said knowing if you are ready for a serious commitment in a relationship involves introspection. It involves understanding your own needs and desires, and it involves being aware of your emotional readiness, because you don't want to have your personal problems or your personal issues, being a burden to someone else. You have to have emotional maturity as well. You have to sort out your own issues before going to a relationship or being committed, because you don't want your relationship, your issues, affecting somebody or being detrimental to your partner or to another. So I'm sorry, Gloria. I'm really sorry you had to go through that. 40 years is quite a while. It's quite a time. That's huge. That is huge. And I'm sorry. And hope you lot better now. This is me. Cheering for you and rooting for you. Praying for you as your. I pray for you peace, and I pray you find solitude. And you find joy and peace and happiness also, because 40 years is quite a time and it's quite a while. So hope you good. But were there things like you noticed in the relationship? Were there some like challenges you noticed in the relationship or in your time with him or stuff? Were there things you noticed that you were like you'd be able to bear with it and stuff? It can help us out. So, and some of us, notice some of these things, and know how we can navigate life, our relationship, and our journey. So yeah, and like I said, you shouldn't allow anything to compromise your peace. And if you notice at an earlier stage, that is before co-signing. What I mean co-signing, before making it official, before going into a full-time commitment, a long-term relationship with someone. If you notice early, before you guys are official or more, there's some traits this person portrays that I don't think I may be able to live with, or I don't think I may be able to like contain. You have to run away very early before the relationship becomes serious or becomes official or becomes something about your future. So you have to note things about early signs, sometimes that's what they call red flags. If you notice, red flags are like warnings. If you notice some things that compromises your peace, if you notice some things that contradicts your values at an early stage of a relationship, and you know you can't live with this, you know you can't contain this, you know you can't compromise yourself with such character or such traits, I'll advise that you run away early. You know, there are some things that you can't change in a person because they are not kids anymore. You can some a person can adjust slowly, you understand, but there's some things you can't just totally change in a person. So if you notice some attributes, some traits or some characters in someone you intend going in a long-term relationship with, and you're not comfortable with that, and you feel it to affect you long-term or affect your peace, my advice is that you should run away early or put an end to it early, so you don't have to regret. Because a long-term relationship, marriage is for life, and you know you have it's my wish that you have a good one and we all have a successful one. I'm fine now, thanks be to God. Okay, glory to God, glory to God. I'm happy you are good now. I'm happy you are good now. So I'm cheering for you, I'm rooting for you. Bless up. So yeah, I was like, intuition and feelings is another thing you have to consider before going to a serious relationship. Do you feel excited and positive about the future with your partner? Does the thought of a long-term commitment bring you peace and happiness? If it does, then okay, that's a sign that you can go ahead and make the necessary, stuff you need to do. By reflecting on these aspects, you can gain a clearer understanding of your readiness for a serious commitment. It's a decision that requires thoughtful consideration and open communications with your partner to ensure that both of you are on the same page and ready to embark on this journey together. Before going or forging into a serious commitment, you shouldn't just make the decision by yourself. You have to liaise with your partner. You have to engage in a serious communication and dissection and understanding with your partner to know if he or she is on the same page as well. You guys have to go through series of thoughts, series of consideration and communications to ensure you both want to embark on this journey together. So these are the aspects you can use to know if you are ready for a serious commitment. I have another question, but I think I have something to do right now. So this question we'll talk about it next week Monday, but I'll just give you a recap of this. The question is, how do I know if I'm ready for a serious commitment? And I said, knowing if you're ready for a serious commitment, the relationship involves introspection, that is understanding your own needs and desires, and being aware of your emotional readiness. And there are some key factors you have to consider to ensure you're ready. Number one is self-awareness and personal growth. Under that, there's the understanding yourself and there's the emotional maturity. Then there are relationship skills you must have. Under that, there is the communication, very much essential because it's the basis for every successful relationship, the foundation. Then there is trust and honesty, which is built over time through consistent actions and honesty, you understand. Then there's the practical considerations. Under that, there's life stability, there's time and effort. Then there's shared vision. Under that, there's the common goals and there's the future planning. Because you have to discuss long term with your partner to know if both of you want to achieve the same thing, if both of you have a common goal you guys want to achieve in relationship and the kind of family you want to build. Then there's the emotional readiness. Under that, there's the past baggage. Have you dealt with past relationship issues? Have you dealt with past emotional traumas and stuff? Because you don't want to be a burden to your partner, you understand? Then there's the support system. Do you have a good support system that has good friend cycle, family that can support you guys in some trying times that you guys may not be able to do by yourself? Then there's the intuition and feelings. Your gut feeling can give you a sign to know if you're ready for a relationship. Sign, I mean, if you feel excited, by the thoughts of spending your life with this person, if you feel excited by the thought of having a future with your partner, if does the thought of long-term commitment bring you peace and happiness? If it does, then that's a sign that okay, you're ready for a serious commitment. But you have to go through all these aspects to know. So that brings us to the end of today's session. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So before going into a serious commitment, you have to be ready for yourself, and you have to understand your own needs and desires first, and you have to be aware of your emotional readiness. That's like the summary of today's topic. You have to understand your own needs and desires before committing to another, and you have to be aware of your emotional readiness before committing to another. So that not that when you now go into a long-term relationship, you now be feeling left out or you now be pulling out. No, bro. You should be on your A game throughout. I know that sometimes that the energy may be different, but your commitment shouldn't change. Your consistency shouldn't alter. The reason for you being in a relationship with this person shouldn't alter. You should always bring your A game. for the success of relationship. You should always be selfless for the success of relationship, and your partner first before you, but not neglecting self-reflection and mindfulness. So guys, thank you for being with me. This is Livestream, the entire blog, and this is Mondays, and Mondays about question and answer. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and tomorrow is on life and purpose. If you are going through a situation where you're trying to discover your purpose, or you're asking yourself, what am I created for? What am I called to do? What am I created to do? What am I meant to do in my life? Asking yourself series of all these questions. Don't worry, tomorrow is about life and purpose, and we're gonna discuss that tomorrow. So same time, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on my channel. This is Livestream Day. It's blog. Thank you guys for being with me. I appreciate you guys from my heart, and I love you guys. If it's night where you are, it's night where I am. Have a good night. Stay safe. Sleep good. Sleep like a baby and wake up like a giant. If it's morning where you are, have a successful day. Go out and excel. Go out and prosper. Go out and dominate. If it's afternoon where you are, stay calm. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. And do not forget to cultivate gratitude as a lifestyle, because it opens channels for more blessings, more liftings, more expectations, and it keeps your hope alive, and it keeps you, elated. So thank you guys. This is Livestream Data Blog. Wherever country you are watching from, I rep you. Wherever country you are watching from, shout out to you. Wherever you are, bless up. One love. This is Livestream Data Blog. See you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. on Life and Purpose. Come through and we're gonna have a nice time together. Bless up. I love you. God loves you more. Stay safe. Peace. See you tomorrow. It's a boy Koda, and you know the vibes.